But this is like the photography I like. Cause like think about that. This was the streets. This was used to be New York, bro. Like how everybody was giving it up. Niggas about their bread. Like everybody had to eat. Nowadays everybody's like, yo, pay me.
Y'all break to your way.
Sure, y'all gonna do it. So like,
Word.
utilizing a platform like Superphone to really keep that relationship personal. So like, one of the artists that I manage, you just hop on Superphone, still has a very small fan base, and it's very easy to hop on and say hello whenever you want. I remember like a year or two ago, we had a South by roundtable, and you posted up, like text me for the information, and I was like, I'm gonna be in South by, I would love to, see what's good with this, and I sent the text, and I got the message, and I put my name in the Superphone, the phone book, and I got the text back, and I was like really gung-ho about this. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But I could tell, I knew that I was talking to a robot at that point. And when you have such a large fan base, I'm sure you get a lot of texts and calls at a point. So like, my worry is that, if I have an artist who gets to the point where you're at, God willing, is it going to be difficult to be able to manage such a personalized platform once you're at that point?
Right. So, I mean, we've been doing a lot of research into the science behind networks, right? And if y'all want to look it up, you can. There's a professor by the name of Robin Dunbar. He's a professor at Oxford. And he has a number which basically says that there's a limit to the number of personal relationships that you can, stable personal relationships that you can manage. And that number hovers around 150. And so if you have 3 million fans or 30 million fans, you only can have a stable personal relationship with 150 of them, right? So you have to pick those people accordingly. Now, what we're really interested in empowering creators to do is have ownership of their audience, right? So I was just at a meeting this afternoon with a company that does Instagram marketing. They own just under 4,000 Instagram profiles, and they have a combined reach of about 260 million followers, right? So basically, because of that, they can basically navigate any app that they want to the top of the app charts, right? And when I came in and spoke to them, what's interesting about that infrastructure, if you will, is that Instagram actually owns their audience. And if they decide tomorrow to just shut down, they're out of business, right? And so for any artist that's distributing across a platform where the audience is being owned by someone else, when the faucet gets turned off, then you're out of business, right? And so whether you understand it or not, that's where all of this is going. When Apple decides like, hey, we're not gonna sell music anymore because we just want people to subscribe to Apple Music, then if you're building your business on selling music, then you're out of business because you don't own your audience. And so if we look at this from the standpoint of the lesser of two evils, if you will, would you prefer to have a platform like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or Snapchat or Vine or whatever other platform actually own your audience just so that you can manage them easier? Or would you like to actually own your audience and worry about finding scalable solutions to manage that communication over time, I would always choose the latter. And so, first and foremost, like I said, you can only really have a stable relationship with 150 people, right? So really, the spirit of what we're building is, how do you actually, number one, even have insight into the people who are following you? Most people don't even know, if they have 500 SoundCloud followers, they don't know who those people are. They might know where they are, they might know a username. If they spend a lot of time on SoundCloud, they might know what those people like listening to. They don't know those people. And if SoundCloud shuts down, they definitely can't reach those people with a new track or a new release. And so when you look at this platform, number one, it's a platform for outbound communication when people opt in to getting messages from you. And those messages are going to be directly delivered to a feed that's not Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and everything else that's noisy. It's going to be delivered directly to a text message feed. That's number one. And number two, I think that your audience eventually is just going to understand, man, if this cat has 560,000 Twitter followers, there has to be some sort of real value exchange for this guy to respond, right? So at the very least, technology is supposed to make things or make life more convenient. And so what I found in doing the subscription music club is that people are not necessarily paying for the records. They're paying for the convenience of knowing that when I drop a new record, they're going to get a text with a link to the record. They don't have to check the blogs. They don't have to look on Pitchfork. They don't have to check Complex. They don't have to check Piff. They don't have to look on my Twitter. They don't have to worry about missing it. It's coming directly to their text message feed. It's just simply a matter of convenience. And for an artist to say, like, look, I want my audience to have that level of convenience, that in and of itself is a level of respect and appreciation for the audience, which far exceeds what most artists, or I would say 99% of artists, actually give to their audience.